So we are now at the Biel Chess Festival, 56 already, and I'm here joined by Felix Meshach, who is a participant of the ATO tournament, and he's actually a winner of the Beauty Award of the round number 1. Congratulations, Felix.
Thank you.
So how was the game yesterday?
It was good. It was pretty short, yeah.
Okay, so maybe we can look at it a little bit. So you started with e4,
Yes.
d5. You can make moves like this.
Yes, I just took. And
So
then-
Scandinavian.
Yes. and then-
Very ready for it, or?
Yes, I knew that he would play Scandinavian because some colleagues knew who he was, and yeah. But I didn't really prepare any lines. I just played like the standard moves. So yeah, just normal opening. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it was a little bit passive, yes, from him.
Yeah, that's
Maybe.
true.
Maybe he should have played something like, oh, sorry, bishop g4, yeah, maybe
Yes.
something. But then you can still always play c4.
Yeah.
Okay. So bishop d3.
I just developed normally, and he also plays the other bishop pretty passively. And so I just gain, the center, and I just developed normally. Now a couple of strange moves come from him because he plays a6. I just castle. Then he plays b6, and afterwards I just play knight e4, just attacking the queen and the knight. So he just takes, and after bishop takes, the top computer move would have been to move the rook away, but like the more human natural move would be like c6. But the problem with c6 is now that the light squared bishop cannot really move out and is just stuck.
Yeah, that's why, as you said here, probably if he considered this and then developed the bishop,
Yes.
yeah? Okay. Yeah, but okay, c6 is very natural, but the bishop is now in trouble.
Yes.
Okay.
And so I just thought of attacking the pawn, and yeah, he just defended the pawn. I just developed my last bishop. He wanted to be a little bit more active with his knight. I just went back with my bishop. Then he just had to defend the pawn again. And now I just jump in with my knight, which is normal, gain space. He then castles. I then set up this, what is that called?
Like
Discovery
battery,
attack,
yes,
yeah.
or so discover attack, you
yes.
want to jump.
The threat is quite simple, just play knight to g6, and then the queen would be attacked, the bishop is defended, and then I could take either piece. And he just ignored it, which I didn't quite understand. He just played his bishop, which didn't really do that much. Now I saw that I could play that, but I thought I wanted to attack his king as well, so I just played queen to h3.
So you said you have possibility to take an exchange, but you say, okay, I want more, I want checkmate.
Yes, and it's quite difficult to stop it, I
Okay.
think, yeah.
Yeah.
And then again, he just ignored this discovery, which I didn't understand why he did that.
So you have again now choice to play this if you want,
Yes.
but you played
I played knight to g4,
wonderful move, yeah.
and he could take my bishop, but if he takes my bishop, then I can take this with check, and he can take back or move his king, but in the end, I can just mate him here.
Clear checkmate. Yeah, very beautiful game. So you wrote also yourself that you think this game was beautiful because you're always developing and somehow pushing his pieces. He was very passive.
Yes.
Yeah, it was indeed a beautiful game. Thank you so much. So tell us, please, how long have you been playing chess?
I think 11 years.
11 years. Wow. And your rating is right now?
Like the FIDE rating is 16, 18.
And national rating?
Like about 1800, 1830, yes.
Nice. So have you ever been to Biel before?
Yes.
Yes? How many times?
I don't remember. I just know last year was my first time where I played in the ATO,
Oh,
and else I just come for the youth blitz game.
okay.
And I don't know when I started playing that.
So already many, many times.
Yes.
You have big experience here.
Yes.
Do you enjoy in Biel?
Yes.
What do you enjoy the most?
Just playing
Chess.
chess. Yes.
But you're also walking here. Have you been to the lake or something, or you just concentrate on the chess?
Not really. I just concentrate on the chess mainly
Mm.
because I don't really live that far from Biel, so
Mm-hmm.
I just sometimes just come to Biel
Just
and so
for
just do other stuff. Yeah.
okay. And how do you like the Grandmaster Triathlon, which is happening at the same time? You are watching the game, spectating.
Sometimes, but not really much.
It's because you want to be also playing in the
Yes.
Grandmaster Triathlon someday, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. So here's your prize for the Beauty Award of the round 1. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we wish you good luck for the next rounds.
Thank you very much.
We're back. One more game to go of the first classical tournament of the GMT is, what did I just say?
First round.
The first round of the GMT tournament is being played, and we have one more game which is currently running. That is the Yu Yanyi, who is playing against Argenary. Guys, the game you're about to see, which you could follow during the break. I hope you enjoyed the short interview with one of the most beautiful games of the previous round. But let's jump into action and try to estimate what are the winning chances of Yu Yanyi over Argenary, guys.
Indeed, let's go and check what is going on right now. We had some ideas for Yuan earlier for the victory, but okay, he missed those. Now we have 3 pawns against 2 pawns. We have the knight, which is beautifully standing on f5, protecting the h4 pawn, but it's attacked twice.
That's right. So
the question is if you can take it.
Right, king c4. I think the camera is a bit frozen for the moment. It's going to go back. By the way, there's one interesting new feature of the Biel Chess Festival, which I think you already, Angelica, mentioned, right? And maybe you could go into detail. This year we have the Beauty Awards. What is it all about, Angelica?
The Beauty Awards is actually a new feature of Biel Chess Festival, new awards, which are taking place each round. After the game you finish, if you feel like, if you're playing in any open tournament like MTO, HTO, and ATO, you feel like you played a beautiful game, or you had some very beautiful combination in the game, in some part of the game, and you won it, or even draw, you can submit it for Beauty Awards. What does it mean? You're going to be selected. You're going to be elected together with other participants on our social media pages such as Twitter and Instagram. On Twitter it's Biel Festival, and on Instagram it's Biel Chess Festival. You can find it all in the chat to the stream. This comment is pinned, so you can see it. And yeah, well, the people, the audience are going to vote for the games, and it is your chance to win this award. There are different prizes. There are many subscriptions to ChessBase. There is a 1-month membership of a pro chess training. There are also some prizes like chess watches from Biel Chess Festival. There is a match from Biel Chess Festival. There are chess.com memberships. So you can choose any of this. And the prize is not only going for the winner, but also to a loser or the person who drew the game.
That really motivates also for people to play out the combination, even if they are losing, right? Actually, we had sort of our first potential case here in the Rapid tournament when David Navarra, just not 60 tournament, when David Navarra played against, Bassem, this very beautiful combination, and the Egyptian Grandmaster resigned. And, this was the moment when you would have wanted for him to play out the remaining moves so that everybody would see what was the combination all about. But then we, of course, a win is a win.
Yeah, I remember when at this moment during the commentary, we were looking at positions and yeah, 94 is winning, and we were, yeah. And then we were like, wait a minute, the Rick was hanging.
Yeah, exactly. How, right? Yeah. You would have to check Biel's Twitter page for that. Also, of course, all of these votings, they're going to happen on Biel's Twitter and Instagram pages. Yeah. Okay, what do we have here? The only remaining game, as we already predicted, it's going to take some time. It's not easy to play it out with no mistakes. And actually, 2 back-to-back mistakes were committed here. Apparently, I'm not totally sure why King c4 is a mistake. It makes sense, right? When I was looking at this position, my first instinct was, can I somehow drop the pawn on h4 and use this knight to push forward those pawns? Because this pawn on h4 cannot really play such a big role. That would be my gut instinct. And I was looking at this position, I tried to understand, is something like knight e3 a possibility? Now,
the problem is there is rook g3, it's pinning the knight, I think.
I'm not sure.
No?
No, I was thinking knight f4 check, actually, taking away the d5 square. Rook g3, I'm not sort of convinced. bit concerned because I wanted to go here. But anyway, I just want to show the idea, right? Maybe it's not working. So rook takes on h4. I was thinking, can I play knight e5 check? Attack the king here, and now play something like rook c7, king b8, and very fast advance those pawns. But there's always this check on f4, and I'm not totally sure if that works. I mean, engine says it doesn't work, but not totally sure what the white should have done. But either way, king c4 suddenly gave some chances for Erigaisi. I think his idea was to wait for knight takes on h4 and then play the same idea of knight e3. Yeah, no, the bar confirms. He saw the same idea. He also felt that the pawn on h5 is not really critical. Apparently, this was still a mistake. Let me very quickly glance at the engine. Why? No, actually, engine says knight takes on h4 should have been played. Okay, let's switch it off. Knight e5. Here.
Engine says some crazy things. Let's not.
Yeah, we can learn things from engines,
Of course.
Yeah, it's sometimes difficult to understand why they're saying what they're saying. Knight f3 is played by Erigaisi. He is attacking the pawn on d4, making sure that this knight doesn't jump anywhere. King d6, the pawn on d4 is also under attack, and also maybe threats like rook e4, attacking the knight on f5 could be his plan.
Yeah, for sure. The pawns are still like the pawn on h4 is weak, but you have to make sure if you can take it, and if you can take it exactly when, because there are also other threats like knight d6. In case knight would take the pawn on h4, for example, there is always some knight d6 idea, rook c6, and pushing that pawn, as you said before.
Yeah, that definitely could be the case here. But very quickly, I don't immediately see a very clear progress for white. Because let's say I play king e6, right? I think black just takes it. How is this winning? Or I could be actually winning. I mean, king e6, knight e4 takes, and rook takes on h5. Wait. So this king is very far away. This could lead to a very theoretical endgame. You know, of course, I see the bar, and the bar says, I mean, it's winning for white. Okay, I mean h5, h6. I guess bring the king closer. Maybe use this pawn as a shield to put the king on f7. Perhaps, you know, but I don't think you would you would find any grams in the world who would put the hand on the heart and instantly say this is for sure winning, right? Everybody would have some doubts.
Absolutely, it has to be calculated, and until the player knows for sure that it's working out, then he can go for it. But otherwise, you would not want to trade the knights, because you simply understand with knights you have more chances for the win.
I'm sure that this is what Yu Yanyi is looking at right now, because it basically forces matters. It simply forces matters because this d pawn is rolling forward. I don't think it cannot be allowed to march forward without any resistance, right? Something like knight takes on h4. It doesn't feel critical, I guess, right? Takes, and could be d5, maybe rook b, although this position also has to be calculated very precisely. Wait a second. Maybe actually it is a move. I mean,
Maybe knight h4, yeah.
Wanted to discard this, but actually knight takes on h4 could be a move, because in the end, if you take this pawn, of course the danger is that for white that this is not enough, because this is the edge pawn, and essentially it might be simply drawish. This is one thing that Yu Yanyi has to calculate very, very clearly. And the second position is this one, right? You have to calculate it very, very clearly if white has any winning chances here. Again, the actual material balance on the board doesn't really matter. What matters is that white has this very strong passed pawn. Could be also not enough.
Yeah, it could be very, very tricky because the h pawn is also very close.
I think I missed something. Some sort of a check here. King d7, now put it here and here. Yeah, could be actually a draw. So that's what also gives Yu Yanyi the thoughts. Maybe king e6 is not working, but what else? Yeah, it's always the question, what else? What else? If not king e6, then what do I do?
Maybe some rook moves, rook c8.
Okay. Rook c8, knight takes here.
My idea was just somehow to check on b8, but here it's very tricky.
You can give a check, but...
No, but now it's bad because knight is hanging and rook is hanging. So
Right. So anyway, Yu Yanyi's idea was pretty clear what he wanted. He wanted to sell this pawn. This is a very famous terminology we are using in chess. He wanted to sell this pawn for the right price. And the price is, push away the black knight from defending these critical squares here, play knight e3, knight e5, b5, rook c7, b6, and the knight, rook, and the pawn, they make a very deadly combination and somehow rely on that this pawn is going to promote. But the devil is in the details always, right? So this king c4 apparently was not the right order of the moves. And again, I checked the engine. Engine says the right move was b5. That's what the engine says here. b5 was the right move. Advance the pawn, and only after knight h4, now you play, not even knight e3, but knight e6, knight c4, essentially the same idea. So
and then you're pushing for that b pawn.
and then you're pushing it. But then again, after b5, I mean, black can play something else. b5, maybe knight e5 check, you can't take it. Something like king goes here. Knight f3, maybe the same defense. Okay, armed with an engine, it's very easy for me to say, right? Rook d5 and it wins. But I just switched it on. I wanted to clarify it. But for a human, it's very difficult.
Indeed, for a human, it's very, very difficult because there are so many underwater stones you can miss, and you try to make sure not to miss those. And here we have actually
King a6.
the line we were looking at.
It is human. It
is
makes
absolutely
sense,
human.
And yet the engines say it's a mistake. So the question is now, if Verigasi can find the right defense, he faces probably the biggest choice of this game so far. Is it right or left? It's really so simple. And he probably suspects one of them has got to be a mistake and one of them is the right move. So which one are you going to choose, right or left? You take the knight h4, you take the knight on d4. Which one is it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, right now Arjun has a very big choice. He has enough time on the clock to take it and calculate both of the lines. And as we were looking, this h pawn can be really, really dangerous. So I guess that's the one he should go for.
I don't know. It's again easy for us because we slightly shuffle the pieces. From Arjun's perspective, things are not simple because he knows a lot of theoretical drawn positions with the pawn on h4. But he probably would be slightly afraid because of the reason we discussed. This king on b6 is so far away. Maybe it's a draw, maybe it's not a draw. So you're not exactly sure. So I have a feeling most likely he's going to play knight takes on h4, go for this position, and then whatever was this, d5, rook takes on b4 with more chances because the king is simply closer to this passed pawn. Although, I mean, it is a central pawn, it's not an h pawn.
Yeah, it's indeed a central pawn, but h pawn was very, very fast in the lines we were looking at. So I mean, it's incredibly difficult. Sometimes you think, okay, the end game, you have much less pieces than in middle game, so it should be easier to calculate, easier to find the moves, but it's actually not, because you have to calculate each piece, and it can move basically any way, and there are so many intermediate moves. It is just incredible.
Look at him. I mean, I absolutely like this moment when you could see that Arjun is not even staring at the board. This is a very famous technique that players are using, take the mind elsewhere. You need to calculate very clearly. So what do? You take a look at left, right, or like Beth Harmon, you look at the ceiling, you try to calculate something, you just essentially take away the side from the board. And this is when you have the position in your mind. You can see Arjun's position. He's not looking for help from the audience. He's just trying to clearly imagine what is going to happen after this knight takes on h4. Because I think he suspects this is a very, very important choice that he has to make.
Yeah, absolutely. And we can see also that Yu Yangyi is not looking at the board. So both players right now are in this deep thought, and they're basically looking somewhere else to imagine the board, to have this imaginary board. Sometimes it's also very much helps, when you stand up, when you walk during your game, and you try to imagine, you try to recall last position, and you can realize, oh no, my last move, I just blundered something. How many times it happens to you?
I mean, not really realizing a blunder, but taking the game with you when you're walking. I do it all the time. I mean, everybody does it, at least at the professional level, right? I mean, maybe not even professional level. Let's not make it as a special feature of the professional players. I mean, basically everybody does it if they're capable to take the game with them in the mind. So you walk, you look at the other games, you sort of like, are enjoying a nice walk, but actually what you're doing, you're calculating. You're calculating and at the same time exercising. I mean, exercising, making exercise for your legs, right? So here you could see that both players are slightly seemingly distracted. They're looking for something, looking in the audience, but they're actually doing, their brains go like this. So they're calculating very, very clearly.
Yeah, it may be also that they're taking some short break to refresh their minds because they have been here since 2 p.m. and it's already almost 8 p.m. right now. So they are almost 6 hours sitting at this board thinking. Of course, they're standing up, they're trying to walk a little bit to refresh their minds, but 6 hours of thoughts, of thinking about the position, about how it will be, this is something incredible.
I mean, of course, there's also, Angelica, this possibility that he's indeed thinking about something else. Perhaps Arjun already has solved this game as a mathematical problem, and now he's thinking what he's going to eat for dinner.
Absolutely.
Maybe he's thinking like Michael Tal, who, was it Michael Tal about this famous hippopotamus, drag it out of the swamp,
Yes.
right? So, I mean, sometimes chess players have these absolutely irrational thoughts during their games. They're thinking about the things they should not, but I'm pretty sure that Arjun is just trying to work out the details of this very unclear endgame.
Yeah, sometimes, I have some thoughts, some very annoying song which I heard like recently, and it comes to my head during the game, and I just cannot get it out, and I'm just trying to think and calculate, and this sound is coming there.
Yeah,
Oh
it
my
has
God.
happened to me as well.
Okay.
All right, Arjun is thinking. Well, maybe this is also a good moment for us to have a look at the MTO, right? Because here, nothing immediately is going to happen. Arjun feels the importance of this decision, so he's going to want to make sure he takes the right pawn. We could check perhaps MTO, some of the leading boards, and there was one board actually I was looking at in the break, and that is a very well-known person in the chess community. That is Eric Rosen. I met him in the morning. I asked if Eric would be able to join us at some point in the commentary. He kindly agreed. So I think it's going to be great to see Eric here with us. So he's playing in the MTO tournament, although he lost today.
Yeah, pretty unfortunate. Actually, this surname reminds me, Mali, the player from H2O who won yesterday prize. His surname is also Mali. So maybe they're related, maybe some brother or something.
Don't know. But
Yeah.
not a very good day today for Eric.
sure.
But we're going to make sure you'll get your chance to ask him any questions. I don't know when it's going to happen, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, but we are definitely going to have him here with us.
Let's let him rehabilitate and then ask him when he has some victory to share.
All right. Let's maybe check the leaderboards. I see one game is being played right now. One of the top-seeded players, that is Aryan Chopra, rated over 2600, the very strong grandmaster from India, and he's facing another Indian player.
Yeah, actually, India against India, and actually Aryan Chopra is a winner of the Beauty Award from the previous round, round 1 of MTO. His game was also very beautiful. If you follow the social media of Biel Chess Festival, you'll know. We still didn't have an interview with him because he actually wanted to join us after his game. But as we can see, he's still playing. He's still in the thought because compared to H2O and ATO, MTO has a different time control. They have more time, so that's why they're still playing. as GMT players.
Technically, maybe he could make it because you see that he has a winning position, as it appears, that the A pawn for black is about to promote. The bishop on D4 is not only allowing this pawn on A2 to promote, but it's also stopping the white pawn to advance forward. So I think all that black needs to do is just be careful. For example, let's say something like bishop f6 probably would be a mistake. Something like rook f1, you want to make sure you're not blundering. Although, I don't know, I guess I'm still winning here. Queen, queen, and at least take the rook. The first thing which jumps to my mind, I would be looking at this as
And
well.
why cannot you promote immediately after after knight e6?
After knight
Here.
Oh, that's
Promote.
a fair point. Of course, you can just promote. Yeah, I didn't see that.
No, you saw, but just you
mean-
wanted to be too smart.
No, I mean, I didn't see that, but I wanted to be smart. That's a good point. All right, A1 queen, of course, is on the board, and it's a safe bet that one of the high-seeded players of the MTO is going to win his game in a moment. What else do we have here? I see that Buksanji, the top seed of the MTO, has won his game. He had a very promising position right at the opening. We had a very brief glimpse how he was doing when there was not a lot of action from the GMT, but here you see the knight on d4 dominates the game, c2, c1 is simply advancing. So great victory for one of the strongest Chinese grandmasters.
Yeah, so the leaders are keep on scoring, but I see also many draws in the first boards. That means actually that this tournament is very strong.
Right, and we briefly discussed the second boards that Nguyen got drunk on playing a draw against Qian Huang. Sorry, it's a bit difficult to pronounce. They finished in a draw, and it was a bit surprising to us. We already discussed this, the reasons why did this. He sensed that there's some danger in terms of black's potential plan, rook f5, c5, opening the bishop on b7, and that's why he offered a draw before his opponent probably realizes how great is the position.
Yeah, but sometimes, the position might be slightly better, but you understand that you also can mess up, and this half a point against my stronger opponent is actually something you would not say no to.
Right. I'm quite surprised to see my countryman, Nikita Meshkov, losing. He's also one of the top-seeded players. But then again, he was playing against Hare Krishna.
None. Not Hare Krishna, but Hare Krishnan. But
Yeah.
also from India.
Yeah, I mean, these Indian players, they're so strong. It's just incredible, right? They come to open tournaments in Europe and they show their amazing class. I mean, that is insane. Very quickly, I could browse through the game.
Yeah, we can check it out because actually I think this game was submitted for today's round
Was it?
Beauty Awards. Yes, the
Maybe I
white
shouldn't
white
spoil
player.
it then. Maybe I shouldn't spoil it then. Rook d1, a4, knight c3, queen a5, c5, bishop d2. I think Engine usually likes here some bishop d6 moves. Okay, bishop d2, e4.
Oh,
Yeah, it doesn't look good for...
it looks a little bit ugly.
Yeah, it's very passive. White definitely played some very solid chess here. Open the center, knight e5, c6, knight e5. Beautiful control of the surrounding squares. Black tried to complicate matters with f6, knight e3, bishop c4, so that the pawn on c6 is a problem child, so to speak. b3, queen a2. No, this doesn't look right. Take. Take.
Ooh.
And d5. Yeah, if this works, then indeed, sorry for going it so quickly, but like Angelica said, this game submitted already for the Beauty Awards. d5, d6, incredible strong pawns for white. b6, rook d3, rook d1, collect the pawn. Wow.
Wow.
Rook takes on b5, Yeah, you cannot take the rook, right? C7, either take it or promote the pawn. And the rest, I guess, was history.
Yes, that was indeed quite a nice game. So if you're going to follow the social media, you'll be able to vote later for this or other games from the MTO tournament, and also other games from ATO and HTO.
All right, what else do we have here? Maybe some surprising results to show from the top boards of the MTO. Maybe we can also, let me just go through. So this game of Irene Karisma Sukandar we already were looking at. She managed to score a nice victory over stronger opponent, at least nominally on paper. I'm not exactly sure which game to check. I don't see very big upsets, not at least immediately. All the favorites, mainly they're winning their games.
And the Sanchez.
Which one? Which board?
18.
18?
There it was upset, no?
There's a small upset. Okay, so Dr. Mushev.
I think actually Teimur, I think he won the Chess 960 tournament in Swiss. There was
Biel.
yes, so we had the Grandmaster Triathlon Accentus Chess 960 at the same time there was the Open Chess 960. And if I'm not mistaken, in the first round he was paired against some Grandmaster who didn't come to the game, because I briefly talked with his mom today before the round, and now he was playing against international master and managed to score a win.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, let's check this game very quickly. So Queen's Indian with Bishop A6. Yeah, this is something I used to play back in the day with black. Bishop G2, castles. Yeah, this used to be quite popular some years ago. I remember 2016 candidates when Sergei Karyakin was playing this with black, and pretty much everybody tried to beat him this line, and they failed, all of them. So, and then in the end, of course, as history showed, Karyakin won the candidates and qualified for the World Championship match, and almost won the match against Carlsen, right? So, I mean, that's when it was very popular, but now, lately, I mean, Bishop A6, I think it's sort of obsolete, although somebody might disagree with me. All right, what do we have here again? Now it's some Catalan structure?
Yeah, some kind of Catalan structure, and okay, everything looks so far normal. I mean, symmetrical pawn structure.
Yeah, I mean, black appears to have equalized the game. Nothing yet is happening here. Looks pretty normal. Knight D7, Queen F3. Okay, look at that. There's some issues for black. The spin. All right.
Black has to be slightly careful here.
F6.
Maybe stopping the bishop queen G4 idea or something like this.
Okay, Knight F4. Yeah, but there's some issues now with the pawn on E6. Okay, maybe still good. Let's not forget that black was an ELO favorite. He was probably a bit ambitious. He managed to equalize, and now he had a good game. Okay, I see nothing wrong yet. Although, to be honest, bishop takes on E5 is something you need to watch out. Bishop E5, Knight E5, potentially mate threats, Knight E7. Not sure why it's not working. Engine says, haha. But what's the reason? I don't see, to be honest. Maybe Knight G5? Knight G5.
Yeah, Knight G5 looks like.
It's actually a mate on the board, you know.
And what about F4 instead of bishop E5?
F4, there's some bishop C5 check issues.
Okay, yeah.
I can maybe put it on the board.
E3?
And G2. E3. But then this looks just slow, yeah. I mean, rook
Take
E8.
with a check.
What?
Oh, wait, it's not check, sorry. I thought I'm taking on E5 as a check. Yeah. Okay.
All right, so H4 was played. E3 was played. Still pretty unclear. And black made an error right here, so it was about a level game. Queen B6, Knight C6, takes, Rook E8, and apparently he missed something. Queen D5.
The knight is in trouble.
There's no way to put the knight. The knight e6 is just b4. So this is what he missed. It's actually a bit strange. This, I guess he simply blundered knight b6. Looks a very logical move. Maybe he forgot that rook c8, there's knight e8, the queen on e6 is protected by the knight. You know, you can make all kinds of mistakes.
Absolutely, yeah.
Otherwise, this doesn't really make sense. And yeah, now he had to sacrifice a piece for pretty much nothing. And yeah, I mean, white was very precise. Another check here, which didn't really matter because this is a big threat. Knight e6 is a threat, and the bishop sometimes is even hanging.
So it was one blunder game, basically, yeah.
One blunder game, but that's all it takes. Right?
That's all
One
it
mistake.
takes, yeah.
So white kept creating chances and managed to win a good game.
Okay, well,
I think we go back.
we go back to GMT.
I think so, yeah. So let's go back to the main decision where, but the Tarzan still hasn't played it. Look at
And
that.
he's still looking somewhere else in the hall.
He's still not sure. I mean, that's how big is this decision. He knows it. But I would have thought by now you would have already made a decision. I mean, you have to make a decision. But once again, just to remind you the tournament regulations, I think we could show to you very quickly. Just a second, where is this? I'm going to find for you the time control. So there you go. There's the time control of the GMT. So they have plenty of time. 120 minutes for 30 moves. We are past that. 60 minutes for the 20 moves. We are past that. And starting move 61. The players get an additional increment of 30 seconds. So that's what we are seeing here. And even if both players, they're going to get in time trouble, plus 30 seconds is just good enough to prolong the game as long as you need.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why Arjun is taking time. And okay, I haven't seen, like recently, I've been looking a few times to the screen, looking at him, and I haven't seen a single time he glanced at the chessboard. He's just looking around.
Right.
He's just looking somewhere in the playing hall. He's trying to recollect his thoughts. He's trying to understand how he should proceed.
But you know, one thing about these long thoughts, sometimes they're harmful. I mean, the longer you think, the quality of the thoughts decreases, right? And if you can't make the decision already in something like 15, 20 minutes, 30, 40, 50, usually I have a rule, at least myself. When you think longer for 20 minutes, that shows something is not right. Meaning either you're confused, or you have changed your mind, or you are asleep, or there's some kind of a reason. So I would never understand why somebody would think for like 1 hour on a possession, on a single move. I've done this myself, but there's usually a lot of confusion, right? So you realize something you wanted, it's not really working, then you spend a lot of time, try to figure out something else. You know, and then you realize it is working after all, right?
Yeah.
So.
At one time, I spent like 45 minutes on one move, but just because I played out theory, like I knew it was my preparation, so I played out almost instantly. My opponent spent around 40, 50 minutes of time, and I didn't spend at all. And then there was one moment where I had this piece sacrifice, and I was trying to make sure it works, and that's why I spent so much time, and it actually worked. So it actually paid it off.
All right. There's a mention in the chat, he's calculating blindfolded. Yes, that is confirmed. He is calculating. Yeah. He is not looking in the audience, searching for something. He is calculating. He's calculating in the mind. Well, I think that we are in for another break, Angelika.
Yeah, I guess so.
Right? Yeah, so let's leave Arjun with his deep thoughts because he has to make a very, very big decision here. So let's make it something like 10 minutes of another break. We could make it actually longer because I wanted to show you one interview we did not show, but I don't think we have so much time. So let's make it just 10 minutes so we can this other interview they could see on YouTube. What do you think? Or you're confident?
Maybe we can try, and then if we see some progress in the game, we could return
we
to
can
it.
do that. Okay, let's try it, right? So.
Something like 21 minutes.
Yeah, let's see if that happens. We are gonna show you now one of the beautiful games that was played in which tournament was this?
HTO,
HTO.
main tournament.
HTO main tournament, right? Angelica in the morning recorded this interview. We are gonna have the small screen in the background so that you can follow what's going on. So hopefully you're not gonna miss a thing. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Enjoy the interview, and see you in a moment.
So we are now at the Biel Chess Festival. Welcome everyone. I'm here standing with Shivesh Sunil, the player of the HTO Haupt tournament here in Biel, and he has just won the Beauty Award for the most beautiful game in the round 1 of the HTO. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
How was the game yesterday? Have you expected during it that you might win the award?
So I hope that I win the game, especially it's the first round. So I thought, yeah, it would be great if I win, but it was not easy for me, especially the opening. He played d4, d5 with the exchange variation.
So you
which
play
I
Slav.
don't really like to play against.
And one more question before we go deeper
yeah.
into the game. Your opponent was higher rated than you.
Yeah.
What was his rating?
Around 2000, I guess. Yeah.
And your rating?
Around 1850. I think.
So it was expected that you lose actually this game.
Yeah.
It's quite incredible. Okay, so he played this exchange line, yes? You can also play this.
So yeah, obviously I take here, knight c3, knight f6, knight f3, knight c6, bishop f4. Now there are, I think the correct moves are maybe bishop f5 or something, but I didn't really know after queen b3 the correct moves with knight f5.
But
so
e6 is also fine, yeah.
yeah,
E6,
so e6 was, I was just going with the safer option. Then, okay, e3, and now a6 because of this knight b5. Bishop d3. So now again, I just played bishop e7 because I had a similar game before once, so I just went with this option again. h3, he was trying to drop his bishop back if knight h5.
Yeah,
but
logical.
I don't know if maybe rook c1 is still fine instead. So now I just played knight b4 because I saw, okay, maybe it was not the best move, but I was just thinking, okay, if he goes bishop b1, he needs another move to bring out his rook again. And he can't, if he goes to c2, I just take. And on e2, I removed his bishop from the diagonal. So that was my idea.
Yeah, maybe it would be better first to castle, but knight b4 is also a fine move.
So yeah, I just thought, okay, if I castle now, maybe queen c2 and he can go big. He can castle big, then I maybe have problems with both bishops. So maybe I think I had a similar game where I castled first and the opponent played queen c2, long castle, and attacked on the king side.
Did you prepare actually for this game?
Not really.
You didn't know that it was to expect, yeah?
No.
So it was surprise. Okay,
okay, bishop e2.
So you were happy that bishop e2, that bishop got removed from the diagonal.
So here I just castle, and now a3, and I just go back, castle, and now b5, maybe just like bishop b7, knight a5, knight c4 or something. Now again he goes bishop d3, which is basically a tempo, I thought, which I gained.
And also he cannot jump with the knight here anymore, so it's very nice.
So that was the idea. And now bishop b7. And now he played a strange move according to me, queen e2. I didn't really understand what the idea was, maybe just preparing e4 at some point. But I thought maybe just rook e1 instead or something. Or
Yeah, maybe
yeah.
rook c1.
Or rook c1.
Because if e4 is anytime happening, you have this isolated
Yeah,
pawn, and
yeah,
I
exactly.
think it
So-
was in the game.
Yeah. So I thought, okay, queen e2. I now after queen e2, I have this knight a5, which maybe I have. So I can't go like rook fc1 or something because of knight b3, and I still have knight c4. So yeah, that was the idea. Now he plays knight d2, which I thought maybe he's trying to play after knight c4, maybe knight b3 and knight c5. So I just played rook c1, rook c8, so that he doesn't have this. And now he played another move, which I thought maybe it's not the best. He played f3, but the idea is I knew what he was thinking. He just wanted to play e4 and take back with the pawn, so that he didn't have this isolated pawn. But I just thought, okay, anyway, he's going to play e4 at some point. Why not just play knight c4? And now if he takes, I can take with the d pawn and open the diagonal for my bishop. So that's what happened. So here, if I take here, I thought, okay, at some point e4, and then if I take, I have the c isolated pawn, which I didn't really like. So here, yeah, I just took with the d pawn. Now he played bishop c2. And now I was thinking quite a bit. I was thinking about knight d5, but I just thought, okay, maybe he'll just go like, maybe he can even take, and if I take with the bishop, he has e4 or.
So maybe you will have to take with a pawn, yeah.
Yeah, and then
And
the
then you-
bishop is again kind of trapped, so I didn't really like this move. I think the computer says this is still fine, but yeah, I didn't really like it. So I played knight h5. So I was calculating like bishop e5, and then maybe like bishop d6 or something, or bishop f6. I think I was looking at bishop d6 more. But yeah, also bishop h2, I also considered that. And then I thought after bishop h2, I still go bishop d6. And now I knew that he's going to play f4, because somehow I knew that he wouldn't want to exchange the black square bishop.
But then you can be happy because the bishop is close there.
Yeah. But the problem, I mean, I thought, okay, he's going to play f4 because he can gain more space. And at some point, maybe even f5 if he can.
I think the problem for white was if takes, and for example, like rook here,
Yeah.
so protecting this pawn to push this,
Yeah,
but there is always
Yeah,
knight.
exactly. And even that was
Yes,
my idea
yeah.
as well. So he kind of needs more moves before he can play e4. So that's why I played this knight h5 line. But okay, f4. Now I just
Knight
went back.
Yeah, because you achieved your goal, now you can go back.
So I was even thinking to go g6, knight g7, and maybe knight f5 or something. But I just thought, okay, I'll go knight f6. Because if g6, maybe this is actually a weakness, I think, because he can maybe sacrifice a pawn or something for attacking my king more. So I just went back.
I don't know, maybe this was interesting, I don't know,
Yeah, I mean,
to block the pawns.
so
but
g6 f. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe that's good. Yeah,
But
so
no, knight f6 is very
knight
solid.
f6. And now after e4, I just I mean, he's threatening to play e5, and the only move which I saw is this line with bishop takes a3. Where I was kind of fortunate to have this, I thought, because, or else if I don't have this bishop a3, I didn't really see any other great move for me. So
Did you see it before you played knight f6 or already after?
So I saw. So the main reason I went knight f6 is because I saw this after e4 I can take.
Oh, so you
Because-
set up the trap somehow,
Yeah.
You wanted to provocate him with the
Yeah,
4?
exactly. So if I
Nice.
let's say if I go g6, I don't think he has to go e4 now already. But yeah, I mean e4 threatening e5 is kind of obvious to play.
Yeah.
But I think it's still not worse for white here because he has counterplay after bishop a3. So
Okay.
yeah, so the idea is if
Yeah.
he takes with the pawn, I play queen takes and take the knight, and probably maybe I'm better here. So because
You,
of
of
this,
course, you have like 2 pawns, right?
yeah, so it should be good
Yeah,
for me.
should be.
So he played rook a3, but I even thought, okay, I wanted to play this first, but I saw, okay, I can just take with check and play this later.
Yeah, you have this intermediate move,
yeah,
which is very
exactly.
nice. Probably
Yeah,
your opponent was looking at b4.
yeah, I think as well. So okay, king h1, now b4, and now I thought either he can play rook d1 or bishop g1. I thought rook d1 is better because I have to go back like this and not I can't go back.
Yeah.
So I think rook d1 is better.
Here, yes, Amber.
I was thinking of
Here,
queen
because knight a4.
yeah, queen a6 and after
But
bishop.
no, here actually, I already know. It's a little bit difficult to calculate, yeah?
Yeah. So
Yeah, so maybe he had this idea.
yeah, so I just thought like I actually didn't even see this knight b5. I saw rook d1. Rook d1, queen a7, bishop g1, and queen b8 kind of. And now he still has this thing. And if he plays, let's say, e5, I just go knight e8, knight c7, and take the knight, and I gain the d5 square. So something like that I was looking at. Yeah,
Okay,
so here
Queen
I
d8.
so
so
he
bishop
played
g1.
bishop g1.
So you were happy?
Yeah, I was kind of happy, but it was not a big difference, I guess. So yeah, here I just go queen d8. Now he goes back, and now I just take the knight, takes, and then here knight d7. I was kind of wanting to go like maybe knight c5 or something because I thought here the knight's not doing that much.
Yeah.
So, knight d7, rook a d1, and now queen e7. My idea was just to play e5, which I could play after bishop d4. So I knew he's going to play bishop d4, and then I came up with the idea I can play e5, then his bishop is blocked because his own pawn is on the way. So bishop d4, e5, f takes, knight takes, and here I was kind of happy because I got rid of his black squared bishop. Now my own bishop is maybe slightly better than his.
Absolutely, and you also have this weakness,
Yeah,
this weakness.
exactly. So here I was pretty happy.
And you're still up a pawn, right?
Yeah, exactly. So now I knew, okay, he played rook d4. I mean, the idea is just to attack this. So I was thinking for quite a while. I didn't really know how to, like, if I should sacrifice the pawn because this one is weak if he takes this. Or I really didn't know what to play, but then I just saw, okay, queen e6, I can just defend the pawn easily. And now I saw after e5 I have this queen h3, so yeah, I think he didn't see it. So
You prepared.
yeah, so I guess...
He thought you just protecting the pawn,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
in reality you were getting ready for e5.
Yeah, so originally I just played queen e6, and I thought, okay, I'll just defend the pawn. But before I played this queen e6, I was thinking like, okay, what happens if e5? Because now he's threatening bishop f5. So I thought, okay, maybe e5, and do I have any other like maybe, I don't really know.
f5?
Yeah, exactly. f5 I was also considering. But then I saw I just have queen h3 if e5.
No more questions.
Yeah, so now he just,
collapsed, yeah.
King g1, it was not over because he has this bishop h7. So here again I was thinking, because I was thinking like, okay, so the next move is going to be bishop f7 with this rook h4, queen h5 idea, and how to defend. Then I saw, I was thinking originally like queen g3, I think. But I didn't really see an answer if he just takes and rook h4. So I saw, but I can just take on c3, and then if this happens, rook h4, I just go back, and now with queen h5, I have queen e3 check, and then I have queen h6.
Yeah.
So I was
So you were expecting.
like that, and let's say here, or
King
yeah,
H2.
this, and now I was calculating further. Maybe you can play this, and I thought of this, and if he plays this, that I can just take and give back the bishop, and then I have that.
3 pawns you have.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So this was my, because if I don't have this after queen g4, if I can't force to trade the queens, maybe it's even lost for me, because if I can't defend this mate, I don't know what to do. So I saw this line, so I was kind of safe.
And actually very interesting here because it continues. And for example, if this position it would be knight or something, then maybe he would
Yeah, exactly.
could have had this,
Yeah,
move, and there is also
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
some. But you're just in time,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
here you can play
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
You can play f5, for example,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
f6,
Yeah, I was,
and then
exactly.
remove the rook, and king is safe.
Yeah, so
It
I
just
was
fit.
I was kind of safe with this one move.
Okay.
Helped me a lot. So.
So here g6.
Yeah, he played. I played g6 because he saw this. No, so wait.
King h2.
Uh,
Yes, because he saw this check and he wanted to
yeah,
remove
exactly.
his king.
So here he went king h2, and now I was just okay. I have to defend this still. I don't have any checks, so I just went g6, and I was also like covering f5, but I didn't really know if he still can play rook f5. I saw many lines where you can just sacrifice the rook with just rook f5, rook h5.
Yeah,
But
crazy
okay.
lines, yeah.
G6, rook d1. I thought here, yeah, maybe he just can go like rook h1, but okay, rook d1 is still a move, I guess. I think he just wanted to
Not so
come
clear
on
what he wants.
d7. I didn't know what rook d1 did. I thought he should just go for it. Like, yeah, I thought here he should have played rook f5. I don't know if I can even take the rook.
Oh, sorry.
So I was thinking like, what if rook f5? Because if I take queen h5 and then I didn't see.
But then you have check actually.
Yeah, right.
If this.
Yeah, right. And then I can. Yeah,
But
exactly.
what if here, maybe there is some other move?
Maybe
Actually-
yeah, exactly. Rook g4. That's.
Or
the
maybe even
some-
queen. No,
No,
rook
Ju-
g4. Oh,
no.
sorry. Yeah.
Wait. So
Here,
yeah,
rook g4.
exactly. And now I think it's. Is it draw? I don't really even know. Because yeah, exactly. I can just go there.
One more
But-
time check. Here.
You know, if here he has check, right?
Yeah, he has checkmate. Yeah, so you have. So you cannot take and
yeah,
you cannot
exactly.
come
And I
forward.
think it's. I thought it. Yeah, I think it's this draw. I don't.
Yes, but
you can
maybe you don't have to take.
Yeah,
maybe there is some
exactly.
other move.
If I take, then it's this draw line. But now I have to see how to defend this rook h5. Maybe I can go king g7.
Maybe king g7 and bring the
Yeah.
rooks, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. I think king g7 should do
Because
the job.
it's not.
And now just rook h8. I don't really see what.
Yeah,
can
this
do.
looks like there
And
is no
then-
more checkmate.
Yeah, exactly. And then I just have I'm just a bishop up. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, it
it was
kind of-
crazy.
Yeah, so okay, rook d1. I thought, okay, now it's not that bad for me. So yeah, rook d1. I played rook c8, just threatening to take the pawn, and like king queen, and then I can just exchange the queen, and then I should be fine. So here, obviously rook d4, like covering my queen from attacking the pawn. And now again I have queen a5, again attacking the pawn. And now he played rook h5.
Yeah, interesting sacrifice.
So I understood his idea. It was just what happened. I just took. And I saw this bishop g4, and now I was thinking if I take it's draw. And here I had like around like 20 seconds or something.
Oh my god.
And then I saw, okay, if I take, I'm like, it's draw. And I was like, okay, if he
What
gets
should
the
I
draw,
play?
then so be it. I'll just go king h7. And now the problem for him is he doesn't really have a check with the rook. The only check he has is with the queen, which I didn't know how to. I was not sure what after queen c2, maybe just
Maybe.
king h6 or no, king h8 maybe.
Yeah, maybe king h8. Yeah.
Yeah, so but
Because then he doesn't have attack on
yeah,
this
but
pawn.
so I was thinking after this, and now what should I play after this? Exactly.
can
I just
take,
take
yeah.
exactly. So
And
that
there
was
is
the
no
one was calculating, but I guess yeah. I had here I had time trouble, so I couldn't really look at all the moves which he has.
So rook g5 he played.
Yeah, rook g5, and now here I think I had 2 seconds or something, and just played rook e6 because I knew I just have to
Oh my
cover
god.
the check. If he finds the mate, then so be it. But I didn't see any other move for me other than rook e6. So here he played queen e3, and now it's kind of over because I just have rook g6. If he takes, I just go king g7.
Yeah,
And
you
now
have no
queen
problems.
f4. I think he was just trying to like take, and if I take with the queen here, if I take with the pawn, my rook is hanging. So I just went queen d8, covering this f6 check at any
Attacking
time.
the
and
rook.
Attacking the rook, and I have after takes king g7, I just have rook h8. Yeah.
And game over. He resigned here.
Yeah, exactly.
What are each game? Like first you were slightly better from the slightly worse from the opening. Then you try to take over. This was very nice idea of bishop h3. I mean, there are so many ideas in this game.
Yeah.
How long have you been playing chess, and how many times are you here in Biel?
So I've been playing chess like for around 10 years now.
10 years, wow.
And I've been here like twice, I think, already. So this is my 3rd time. Yeah, but I really like this tournament because there are many people, and especially from many countries. So yeah.
What are your plans after the Biel Chess Festival?
I guess I don't really know. I still have like a week holiday, I think. Just chill out and then school again, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you as well.
We would like to congratulate you on this award,
Yeah,
and
thank you
here
very
is your
much.
prize. So we wish you good luck on the next games.
Thank
Maybe
you.
we will see you again with some beauty game. Who knows?
I hope so as well. Yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you. Bye.
Thank you.
We are back. It's just actually me because Angelica is gone to organize some stuff with the Beauty Awards. So I'll be here until the end of the round alone, just me. But it appears that the game, the only remaining game, is about to finish because in the final position of Yu Yanyi against Arjun Erigaisi, it seems that the young Indian star has found a defensive resource which is going to allow him to save the game. So the final move we saw was h4, h3, and now it appears that there's just no way for the Chinese Grandmaster to score the victory. Why is this? Because we left it, where was this? This critical moment after king e6. We're wondering, what should black do? Should he take on d4? Should he take on h4? And we showed you some scenarios. In the end, Arjun chose the right choice. He took an h4, d5, knight f5, eliminate all of those pawns. And here the Chinese Grandmaster had prepared a nice idea. Because after rook d4, king e6, rook e4, very precise order. The moves, h4, d6, and now h3. Because if he had not done that, let's say he would have played rook d4, king e6. You see, actually, rook d4 would have been a losing move because king d7, this pawn is slowly advancing. At the same time, the black pawn is not. So that close was Erigaisi's a margin of mistake, what he could have done. Now, after h3, rook d3 now was played by Yu Yanyi with the idea that king c6, d7, this pawn advance, and now rook f4. Another excellent move by the Indian Grandmaster. I guess the point is, after king e7, he can still give one more check, king d8, and then position the rook on h4. Still some tricks here, but this game surely is heading to a probable draw. So Eric Geisy has defended really well, and I think that I have to go back to this moment when it was the Chinese Grandmaster who missed a huge opportunity, probably just winning position right here. So he played a brilliant game, and all he had to do is find this rather unorthodox looking knight g8 with a threat of knight f6, bishop f4, win the pawn on h5, and then essentially that should decide the fate of the game. He made a mistake, he didn't notice this, and instead the Chinese Grandmaster played f6. f6 was simply too slow, and after that Eric Geisy was trying to trade one of those pawns one after another, going for an active defense. One pawn disappears, second pawn disappears, and in the end it was just probably not meant to be. But the game still continues. So king e6 after rook f4 is played, so the Indian Grandmaster needs to be accurate. As you can see, they have about 6 minutes each. There's plus 30 seconds per every single made move. So let's just watch and see if this game indeed is going to finish in a draw. I would expect probably rook e4, maybe rook h4. I mean, rook h4 probably no, because d7, d8 comes with a check, so I guess you give a check here. If a white plays king f5, sure, just a second. Rook e8, d7, rook d8, king e6, h2. Oh my goodness, this is so close actually. Look at this. h2, I go here. Then there's rook h8. Okay? And if I play rook h3, king c7, takes, and you can't win this rook because after rook c2 check, there's king d8. So narrow is black's defense here. So the game is still not over. Rook e4 is played by Eric Geisy. I think we are going to see something like this in the game. So my bet would be king f5, rook e8, d7 here, king e6, h2, rook h3, king c7. So Eric Geisy has to make a lot of only moves here. But I think he has got it. That's how difficult is this endgame. That's how difficult are rook endgames. Also, I think that we can very quickly check what is the current results of this round. As you can see, we have 3 games finished. All of them were here in the studio. David Navarra explained his beautiful victory over Amin Bassem. Brilliant game against the Breyer variation of Terai Lopez. Like Wang Liem was patient. He used his chances and slowly outplayed the remaining Grandmaster Daniel Bogdan-Diak. The first victory with a black color. Vincent Kammer was slightly worse, probably against Jules Mussard, but still realistically, the Frenchman didn't have any real chances. And then finally, this 4th game, Yu Yanyi against Arjun Rigaisa, which is still continuing. Yu Yanyi had excellent chances to win. He missed it, and now most likely is heading to a draw. So these are the current rankings. Navarra is leading with 14 points. Vincent Kammer is in the 2nd place. The victory of Lekwang Liem, the last year's triathlon winner, allowed him to catapult to the 3rd place. But of course, Yu Yanyi, who is currently sharing the 3rd place, could still make major changes, because if in case he wins this game after all, this would allow him to leapfrog to the 2nd place with 13 accumulated points. Now let's go back and see what's going to happen. There's a question in the chat. Is there going to be another interview, or should the players be given a rest after a long and exhausting game? I think we are going to give them a rest, right? It's been already a very long day. This stream is ongoing for 7 hours. So, yeah, no interview most likely, as we expect this game to be finished in a draw. So as soon as the game finishes, we are finishing up this broadcast. And then once again, we are going to come back tomorrow. And I think once again, I'll mention while I have the chance, just a second. I just have to find it. Not here. Here. So this is the schedule of the Biel Chess Festival. As you can see, today is July 18, round number 1 of the GMT tournament. Action will continue now 3 days in a row at 2 p.m. Central European Summer Time, or if you are at Pacific Coast of North America, 5 a.m. Pacific Time, a bit early. And then after 4 rounds, we are going to have a blitz game, a blitz day, so to speak, another rest day the Sunday, and then again we are going to finish with 3 final rounds of the GMT, followed by the final round of the MTO. So GMT is going to finish on July 26th, and then on July 27th we are going to do a special broadcast for the MTO. All right, what do we have here? King d5 was played, rook h4 is on the board. Now I guess d7 is simply king c7, and I would expect cans to be shaken pretty soon. Otherwise, black just plays h2, h1, advances the pawn, and there's just no way for white to make any progress. So Yu Yanyi is down to the last 2 minutes, but again, no real-time trouble here because both players get extra 30 seconds per move. So white still tries his chances. Rook b3 check. I guess any king move is a draw. So once again, let me check it. King a7, d7, and here at least I think you can just play h2. White puts the queen, but also black puts a queen with a check. So white cannot go here because this could backfire. Black promotes, and then wins something. Okay, I mean, technically white doesn't have to blunder this. He can play still king d6, king c7 with a draw, but I guess we are going to see. King a7 is played. Eric Geisy has figured it out. There's no more surprise for him. You could see that he spent quite a lot of time trying to figure out all of these finer details of this endgame. Knight takes on h4, knight takes on d4. Despite his young age, Eric Geisy spent a lot of time at the critical moment. He made the right choice, and let's just wait until the game finishes with a draw. I'm not sure what else can the Chinese grandmaster do here. There's no more tricks. Either you push for the pawn, or what else? Yeah. So 1 minute and 20 seconds for Yu Yanyi. I think he definitely will be disappointed. He knows he probably was winning at some spot. Maybe he suspects that this f6 was not a good move. I'm not sure he yet knows that knight g8 was the winning move. But usually players very well feel where they have misplayed something. So, but still, a long tournament ahead for Yu Yanyi. He'll definitely have his chances. We've had a very long day. 2 decisive results, 2 draws. First victory with the black color. Final minute, final seconds are ticking for the Chinese grandmaster. Let's hope he's not going to forget about the clock. That would have been really unfortunate, because this is actually something that Eric Geisy once did in the, either was it in the Rapid tournament or the Chess 960 tournament. I think it was in Chess 960 tournament where Eric Geisy was pushing against Daniel Bogdan-Diak, and he simply forgot about the clock. But no, draw is agreed. You can see that Yu Yanyi is not happy, but it is what it is. All right, so what does that mean? That means that this day is officially finished. MTO, at least to my knowledge, most of the games should have been already finished now because they've got a shorter time control. Let me see if the results have been input. 1 second, please. No, not yet, not yet. But anyway, I mean, here you see the rankings, Yu Yanyi. Now, there you go. Yu Yanyi has 10.5 points with a draw. Let me show you once again the results. There's the results. A draw between Yu Yanyi against Arjun and Gaisi, 1.5 points each. And this means that David Navarra keeps his lead in the tournament with 14 points. Vincent Kamer is behind him, 11.5 points. Yu Yanyi now is in the third place, 10.5 points. So today, that's it for us. Thank you for watching us. We really appreciate all of your positive comments and also asking the questions to the special guests. The action will resume tomorrow. As I already said, 2 p.m. Central European Summer Time. Your hosts, I'm Graham Stratonations. Angelika Volkova, she is not here right now. She's going to organize some stuff for the Beauty Awards. Don't forget to vote for the most beautiful games of the round. So you will find the poll links at either Biel Chess Festival's official Twitter page or Instagram page. If they're not up yet, give it a moment and don't forget to vote because the players will get special prizes. That's it. That's it from me. Well, have a great evening. I'll be seeing you with Angelika tomorrow. Take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.